All right. This is a big lesson, guys. I hope you're focused. I'm trying to be energetic. All right. So now, X is really ticked off and is just squished right next to 14. Okay? And when you see a variable squished right next to a number, what is happening? What does that mean if you see them right next to each other? They're giving each other a hug or something. What's happening, Isaiah? They're being multiplied together. Okay? So X is really, really irritated and it needs and needs our help. Okay? This means they're being multiplied together. So we must find again the value of X. As algebraticians, that's not a word. Algebra students, we're going to find the value of X. Okay? And if X is 98 is 14 times X, then what's undoing multiplication? How do we undo multiplication? What's the opposite, Taylor? Division. Okay? So the do is we're multiplying by 14. So the undo, everybody write down, the do is multiplying 14. Write it down. So how do I undo multiplying by 14? I'm going to divide by 14. That's why yesterday was easy but so important, so you know those opposite operations. So let's rewrite our equation. And all we're going to do is what we need to undo to get X by itself. Now this is how this is going to look. When I divide, I'm going to use a fraction bar. Fraction is dividing, so I'm going to use a fraction bar. And did you see this yesterday? Not this part. Did you just see that yesterday? Yeah. And what did you do with that? What happened there? You saw it yesterday. What did you do? If you have 14 over 14, can I factor anything out? Kendall? Yeah. And 14 divided by 14 is what? 1. So this is 1 and that's 1. And 1 over 1 is just 1, and 1x is just the same thing as x. Now let's not cross over our line. So on this side, I've simplified x down, and it's just so happy. It's relieved. Take a big breath of relief. X is by itself. Now x doesn't equal 98. We're off balance there. Because we did something to that left side. What do we need to do to the right side? Corinne? Very good. Divide by 14, right? So let's do 98 divided by 14. Okay? And 14 is close to 15. And 15 goes into 100, I think about 6 times, 7 times? 7. Let's try 14 times 7. Oh, you're right. Okay? So 14 times 7 is 98. So 98 divided by 14 is 7. Okay, so x equals 98 divided by 14, which is 7. Now we can check that, right? Let's plug it back in. 14 times 7, which is our x, is that 98? Yeah, I did it over there. Okay, so 14 times 7 is 98. That is true. If I got to my check step and I was wrong, and that didn't equal, they're not balanced, go back. You can fix it. You can catch your mistakes. Okay? So I know that if you make a mistake on these types of problems, you just didn't check your work. And you'll never get one wrong. Alright, last one. What is the opposite of division? Obviously our x is being divided by 15. Okay, it's not isolated, it's not by itself. So to undo division, what are we going to do? Multiply. Okay? So we must find the value of x. So let's rewrite our problem. And what's happening to x is the do. So the do, what is happening is we're dividing by 15. So to undo dividing by 15, I must multiply these whole things by 15. Okay? Now again, you're going to see something familiar from yesterday. If I multiply this side by 15, remember this from yesterday? What can I do with 15? What can I put it over to make it a fraction? Put it over 1. Can you factor something out?
15.
Yeah, 15. 15 becomes 1 and 1. What am I left with? 1 is x. 1 times 1 is 1. All I have is just x. It's happy. It's isolated. Alright? That's why yesterday was so important. So we're left with x on the right side. And don't cross over that equal sign. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So 8, we need to multiply 8 by 15. We don't need to put that over 1. It doesn't need to be a fraction. So 15 times 8. Let's use the distributive property. This is the same thing as 8 times 10 plus 5, right? 8 times 10 is 80. Plus 8 times 5 is 40. What's 80 plus 40? 120. Easy. So 120 is x. X is 120. Alright? Now we can plug that back in. We can check. 8 is 120 divided by 15. Are they balanced? 120 divided by 15. Is that 8? Yes. And we can divide it out. And we would find that 120 divided by 8 is 15. Okay? These are for the video people. Video people, you need to do these 2 problems. And then I'll make 2 show me videos. And you'll watch those and just check before you start on your assignment. You guys, work with your partner and see if you can